Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It can be good morning, good evening. It is afternoon in Atlanta, USA. All right. I am doing this uh, market update for tomorrow. Just to, what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a replay of Fridays. Okay, I wanted to do a replay. I have prepared here. This is the market on Thursday. This is market on Tuesday. And some things that I have not put here yet is where the saddle is or was for Thursday. For the 41.59.75 is the saddle. 41.59.75 saddle. And last 41.58.75. Pretty much the same, right? When that's too close, um, I would say the same. No, not too much difference between both of them. What we have this market on Thursday. If you remember, the market was coming from a break, and the market was too long, and then it has a big break to the downside. Let me put this on one tick here. The market was coming from a big break, and then it caught the shorts here on Wednesday. You can see the shape. At one moment in time on Thursday, we have short very clear. It was very clear there was short covering here. I mean, my bad, long liquidation. It was long liquidation. You had the B, and then what this means, we got a 45 on before the late rally. We have a 45 here, meaning that trades were just going short here, shorting in the hold. This is called shorting in the hold. What you see here is traders just selling, say everything rally was being sold, right? And at the end, the market just cut the shorts here. Yeah? Cut the traders short here. Every time the market was going lower, it didn't get lower. Right? Every time the market break, it didn't go lower. And the following day, this shape in the overnight, this looks like short covering. What happened after that is the market continued to going higher, but it kind of nothing clear here other than the shorts were caught here. I still you can feel that there were shorts here this day, and the market was going higher. Market has a gigantic gap here, really huge gap here, right? Big gap here, and has an outstanding selling here at the opening. This is a good trade here. This was a good trade here. When if a gap is going to be closed, usually happens right away at the opening. In this case, happened at the opening. All right, and the next day, the next overnight, what we have here, the market was going higher. Okay, just pay attention to the context here. Market going higher, shorts trapped here in this market, and what the overnight did was you got Cero and Last here, Cero and Last. Forget about Last, just Cero, because you can say it's pretty much about the same. And around halfback as well. Most of the trade was below Cero, meaning that the inventory was short from the overnight. You got shorts from this day, trapped, shorts from the overnight of this session. Let's expand this and see what's happening. Can you see all this short in here, short in here? Some short covering here, and then again the market sells, right? Not all, when the market has these kind of movements, you can imagine, right? You are short here. Oh, the market is coming for me. Just a little bit. You are short somewhere in here. Oh, a little bit more, and then boom, goes back up again. And notice the top. One, two, three, four, even five highs here, around the same area here. You know, traders are still selling the market. Like they were selling here, keep selling out here, and keep selling in the overnight. Right? They didn't make the mental adjustment here. You can see this one. And what are the odds here now? Market was opening in this somewhere up here. Could be long liquidation, we could go anywhere here. But we have to be have this mental flexibility to do the adjustment, right? Because there was good amount of shorts here. Now, what the market was coming from? Let me check. What I'm going to do, I'm going to check my homework for Friday. All right, recap and homework for Friday. No change in the bigger time frame. The market is around this 40-40, was around this 40-40. Okay, 2-month range here, breakout failure, breakout failure, breakout failure targets the opposite side. The opposite side was reached. No, it wasn't reached. No, if you remember, the market just stopped short of this the second time it came. I mean, not the first time. The second time when after fills, it takes this low out and then goes up, takes this high out, and then comes back again. The second time it comes back, it didn't take this low. Right? It add another level of weakness here. When that happened, as important, but as important as is what happens, sometimes it's very important also what don't happen, what didn't happen that day, right? That is just information to carry on forward. Okay, so the odds here were the next trade was again this high, not this high now, but this higher in a month. That's why I say there's no change. The market remains around the 41.40. It can have an impact in reaching the opposite side of the range and having upside. Can the market hold the break or break this level? Oh, I was talking to myself about the 41.40, right? Holding the level. And in the middle of all of uh, this thing, the debt ceiling talks, where the market was very focused on those, on that, on the outcome of those talks as well. The weekly markets 2 weeks balance. Now this is 2 week balance here. Monitor for continuation or trending to the opposite side of the range. The opposite side of the range has been reached, meaning this low was reached in the weekly. But it didn't have downside continuation. It came back inside range. That's why I say to monitor for continuation or trading to the opposite side of the range. Monitor for continuation, we see the market going lower. If that doesn't happen, the trade could be the opposite side of the range. In this case, the low wasn't reached. This low wasn't reached. It stopped short of doing that. The market has no excess in the lower side of the range. No excess here. You got 1, 2, 3 lows here. And the upper side, 1, 2 highs up there. Breakout of the inside bar has failed. Monitor downside continuation to the 41.6. I was kind of like biased to the downside here because we have this out inside bar. And then what is the resolution to this inside bar and also the 3-week balance here and the 6-week balance. So balance inside balance here. The breakout to the upside. When this bar takes the low of the previous bar, the trade has ended. Right? That's the end of the trade. So that's it. No more. Right? No more upside here. There's no possibility of having an upside continuation because the movement has ended. So what is the next trade going to be? What is the next directional move the market is going to be? It's going to do sideways trading, upside, breakout to the downside. Nobody knows that. Right? Nobody knows that. Overall, the market is in 8 week balance. This is a really nice balance. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 week balance. Nothing has changed. After all this craziness, the market has gone nowhere. That's why I mean to say that's what I mean when I say when I write this. Right? Overall, the market has gone nowhere. Now, the daily give us some additional information here. Right? The way how this market closed this gap. No, this gap was closed with another gap. Really, that's just sign. This high volatility in this market. But a lot of craziness going on in this market. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Right? The best thing that we can do is to remain neutral as possible, and use market generated information to get rid or come back to neutralize any bias that we may have. You have heard me just a moment ago, I was biased to the downside because of those three weekly lows to the downside, right? I was kind of biased. I was very biased to the downside. Um, Carry on, the low made at the 50. This is what I mean, carry on. This level, this low was bought from the 50 moving hours. 50 moving hours here as well, and as well here. And another one. So three times the market was bought from exactly this level. That's not a good sign of a strong buying here. This weak or very or short-term trading, maybe daily. Okay. After all the move in the market has gone nowhere, and this is the center of the range. This is the range. Notice what this range is. It was at center. The market has not reached the upper side of the range yet. It was bought mechanically at 50. We will just talk about that. Pay attention to this level as well. A lot is happening around this 4110. When the market comes back to 4110, this could be a destination trade, maybe down the road. I'm not saying nothing about this. I'm not saying the market is going to go towards, we're going to trade towards this level anytime soon. But it's information that I carry on for the future. All right. The most important thing that the trend to the downside ended here. When the market traded to the upside, this is no more. What can happen here is maybe this is a relief of the shorts, and then market can keep breaking, or it can have sideways trading or upside here. Now, this was Friday, and everybody knows there's a long weekend here. You have a long weekend here. They're also having an agreement on that has happened already, but quote unquote, right? Because nobody knows what still until the bill is passed. Nothing is sure. But we have this supposedly agreement between the president um, and the Speaker of the House. But until the vote, nothing is confirmed. But anything could happen over the weekend also. You got Friday, Saturday, my bad. You have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on those days. Shorts being trapped here. Okay. There is also something that not that usually, something in this kind of weekends, we were talking about, we are summer, kind of like, maybe the heads of these trading firms are already out, just very short terms possible, very short term trade is possible in the market, even more, right? Or the concentration is going to be high. And when that happens, usually what the trade usually they do is momentum, and they go with the momentum. The momentum was to the upside, the momentum changed, has switched here, and was going to the upside. Shorts been trapped here, odds then market going higher here, right? Not saying that was trade, right? But you always have to think of those things as well. What can happen? What is happening with through everybody's mind, right? All the time, one time from lower has ended. Today's high has excess. This is what I noticed here. When the market reached this high, I guess let me see what can open. When the market reached this high, it was made with selling, was strong selling here, a strong selling here. But just after the distribution close here. You know, HP high pressure. I don't know why I put HP high pressure to the downside, well, something like that. And also mechanical high here. Exactly, notice where it is. Exactly the halfback of this day. Yeah. Notice how there's a lot of volume on the upper side, right? And when the market gap to the upside in the overnight, well, this is a gigantic gap here. No, this is a gigantic gap to the upside here. Um, man, I was thinking this thing is going to be to the upside. This market is going to be to the upside, but uh, market generating information. Nobody, I'm just because it's up, the trade is to the upside, right? And if we have a gap, if the gap is going to be filled, usually happens right at the opening. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, I want to start playing it here. We got 25 here. I'm going to speed up until so we can see the opening here. Okay, right there. 25, 26, 28, 29. All right, it's going to open anytime soon here. Notice, okay, overnight inventory short. Overnight inventory, a big gap here. We got a gap. If the market opens here, this is the low. Let me pause this. This is the low. This is going to be the low of the gap. Okay. Okay. This is the gap. If the market reaches this low, the gap has been closed. Right. The market opens, it pays no attention. Oh, my bad. There's no gap here. Right? There's no gap here. I was talking. I am mixing. My bad. I was mixing things. Right. The overnight inventory is short. No gap here. Overnight inventory is short in a market that is going to the upside. You got shorts trapped here. All the shorts here are trapped here now. If they have not closed, market is going higher. Notice how high is the value. Value down here, value way up here. Okay, there's a distance here between both values. Overnight inventory is short. What is the trade? One of the most popular trades that's out there is counteraction to the overnight inventory. Overnight inventory is short here. What is the counteraction to a short? A rally, right? A rally. Let's see if this market makes an attempt to take out all of the shorts. Oh, my bad. Again, yes, all of the shorts, from the overnight here. That was something in the same way how I'm messing up right now about this overnight inventory. It I was a mess on Friday. I was tired. I got a lot of things to do, and this thing was a mess on my head. After maybe like 5 minutes, I realized I made a mistake here. Okay? Because the inventory was short, overnight inventory was short, and the trade, the contraction is rally. Okay, I was expecting a break. Somehow those things get mixed in my head. I need to be very careful because knowing yourself is also very important. I have some level dyslexia, and sometimes I just mix those things, right? If I am not focused or very concentrated in these things, I tend to mix up things. This was a big mess up, right? Meaning that I didn't take advantage of the opportunity. Now, counteraction is a rally, okay? All right, market is going to the downside here. So what is the first thing the market will do? if you have shorts at your rally, right? What is the direction? What is the direction of the trade of the overnight trade here? What's the direction of the overnight? The direction of the overnight is to the downside. Right? The direction of the overnight, all of the inventory from the overnight is to the downside. Notice all this. Saddle is right here, and the bulk of the overnight is up here. Where is this trade, this market is going? To the downside. Right? We know the overnight are weak trading, one of the weakest there is. And when they come to remove this one, there's a lot of inventory here, short inventory here. What's the counteraction to this trade? The upside, right? Because if this market goes to the upside, it will this inventory here will fuel the upside movement, or can fuel the upside movement. The first indicator, and also one thing to observe here, remember we have all of these days that where shorts are trapped here. Shorts are actually trapped here, right? That's and now overnight inventory short. The market is going to the upside from here to here is going to the upside, right? The market is going to the upside, and where the market is opening here, way up here, right? Let's see if you can make it clearer here. Let's take another. This is important, right? This is almost by the book here. What happened on Friday, right? Oops. Okay. We have this inventory short. Some people call this the trap. No, whatever. It can be anything, right? The market value is down here. Next day is way up here, so the value is higher. The chunk of the overnight value is pointing downwards because it's below zero. That's short inventory in a market that's going to the upside. The market had 3 days going to the downside. Got to be able to make the mental adjustment here, right? Where the market is opening, way up here, way up here in this area. Remember, this high also is held back very mechanical selling here. Where it's opening, all of these traders are trapped now. All the trading, all the overnight, waiting the market is going to come back here and take the 4110. Remember the 4110? There's like five lows. I guess there are four or five. I don't know. I was just hoping the market is going to come down here. But let's see what the market. I didn't know what the market was going to do. Now that I can see the charts, I know, right? The market open, make a little high, went a little bit higher, and then make a come back to the downside. Do you think that this is going to is this is the if this is the direction of the overnight, it has more odds to going to the downside if it's down here. Now the market is opening inside previous day range. Opening inside previous day range, advertised chop. The closer to the center, the higher the also chop, right? The higher the also chop. Also, the higher the odds of having a rotational market after the opening once the day starts to develop. But those things are just odd. And notice how this, the first time it comes here, there's an attempt to go to the downside and how it dries here. It is true that we have the upside as well, right? And up to this point, there was nothing here. You have something here. You start to see something here at this moment in time. It's okay? Because you realize this is, I don't know how much time has passed. No, I still didn't realize, I still was has this thing mixed in my mind because I thought the odds favored the downside because the overnight inventory was long. But the overnight inventory wasn't long. Overnight inventory was short. Right? Notice how we have noticed this high. So you have JHJK here, right? Selling from one pretty much from one level, and the market keeps going. I'm going to speed this up a little bit here. Right? This is when it start to happen. Right? This is when it start to happen, and you can see the market checks the opening, comes a little bit lower, and never looked back again. Never. So this could be a trade. Monitor for upside continuation. You have the high of the overnight. Go among the stops here, maybe even up here as well. And this is very mechanical here. It's a real time speed. You know, the way how this market is trading, that's short covering. If you want to know what short covering looks like, this is what short covering looks like. You know, boom, boom, those bursts to the upside. And this is real time, okay? This is real time. This is not, I am not speeding up. This is real time. Notice how far the market goes in 4 minutes, goes to the upside. And from 66 to 10 points in just from less than 5 minutes to the upside. I guess somewhere within five, a little bit more, is when I realize, you know, now this high the market has taken this one out, especially this high was corrected now. This is good now. Okay, this high is out. This is not relevant anymore. This one is not relevant anymore. If you have anything that you were carrying from the previous day, this is when it comes, it becomes useful. So what do we have in the upside? What do we have in the upside? On the upper side, I had some levels here. This level here, this area here. My bad. This one, held back. There's a lot of volume here. Next, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by this one. I mean, this is in the center, right? This is in the lower side. This is in the upper side. This is the one that I would check more. This level here, because it's in the upper side and not in the lower side. And that will be somewhere around this level here. This was kind of important as well in the intraday. Notice how far this market is coming back. This is how far it's coming back. After taking these levels here, it makes you doubt, right? Man, how far this one is coming. All of this trade in 6 minutes here. Wholesale trading was easy, man. It's so freaking hard. Now it's 5 times. Okay? 5 times the market is going high. Notice that the market did not come further than half back here, just in this area here. Who comes back? Who comes back to half back? Not very short-term trading here, just short-term trading here. Right? This is a day, what I want to do here, I want to show the speed of this, how short covering looks like. When you have short covering, you have, or we can see, a market doing something like this, and to the outside and trading sideways here on the upper side. This is why it's called P shape, right? P shape. This is the stem, and this is the loop. Those things can be useful. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but you start to think of, all these things having in consideration, right? Long weekend, ceiling depth, ceiling depth talks, and all that stuff. Look at that. How fast this one is going. In less than 10 minutes. Now, volume. How volume was in this day? At this moment in time, I want to check the volume. And when I check the volume, homework, this is what I saw. Oh boy, this is really low, really low. It was very, very low here before I knew this. It's really high volume, but the market was really low. Notice this is the lowest in 10 days, this opening. When I see those things, it doesn't have the back. Volume is not backing the movement. I'm not saying that the market is not going to go higher, so the volume is not behind. If I'm going to be long, I have to be very careful. I guess that's what we talk on Friday as well. Okay, and usually on these kind of days, the market keeps doing tends to go to the upside. When there is no volume, you have weekend. What who, what can happen? Who can benefit the market going being higher? Right? If you are going to do a trade, if you have a long, if you are a big trade, you have a long, um, you just let the market do its thing. Traders get right now they're getting crazy again because of AI, because of ceiling depth, all the things. You know, just a couple days ago, there was Nvidia reporting, and when Nvidia reported some gains, the market just shot to the upside and gave us a big gap, a gigantic gap that was filled to the downside, right in pieces, and extraordinary. I don't remember seeing a gap that big being filled, in the first period. To be honest, I don't remember. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. And notice now how the market has went high, how high the market has gone. So what is up there? What are the next thing? POC, and this day is high. The next thing. And notice how close this is to the 4200. At this moment in time, you should be aware where 4200 is right here. 4200. Market is very close to 4200 now. Let's do it a little. Let's put in 20. Notice how volume starts to accumulate here at the high. If this volume at this moment in time is oh boy, if this volume is going to be, if the market can hold this is going to have a big break. I don't know why I was thinking that. Right? I guess, as I say, my head was a mess at this moment in time. I had to notice that so I can make the correction. But if this volume is oh, I guess I saw buying here at half back here. Accumulation here. Oh, okay. This is an entrance here. I guess I went too fast here. This is an entrance here. When the market buys from here, comes back, it's just one tick here. This is too fast here. Volume. And I am checking the volume here from this 83 was right here. This volume here. I was very interested because this market went lower. Market went lower, but volume was in the upper side, not on the lower side. This was a good. If this one is taken, the odds, all the bets are to the upside here, or were to the upside. 4,200. How many ticks from this high here? This is not what I mean. Why would you sell this market? That is the question. Why would you sell? Why would you want to sell this market if you can see, when you start putting things in context, right? Okay, the market is going high, and now it's time to break. This is going now it's going to the downside. You can go to the downside. I'm going to short here. It's too much. No, the market is going higher here. You got one pillar going to the outside, two pillars going to the inside. Crazy, total craziness here. Total craziness here. All right? Just be aware of that. When you got your long here, you are inside. Just be very careful. My last thing, the last thing I thought here was to go short. I don't want short the market for anything in the world, right? The upside movement, I thought the upside movement was, you know, as I say, wasn't going to have that much. Um, I was just waiting, maybe a pullback or something to enter, or some shows of where the market is going to stop. For the entry, trade sideways to, but every, notice this. What is this high here? Value at a low. Value at a low. Who is selling? Who is doing the trade here? Who sells for that low? So this high has lows all being there. After this, you have halfback. We have POC here. Very nice POC here. Very nice. As wide, almost as wide as possible here in the upper side. Uh, Not relevant anymore. Not relevant anymore. This is just to know who is in here. And notice where the market is stopping again. Right? A halfback. Okay, right here. This is the no, this is an entry. This is another entry here. Notice how you got one tick here. One tick here. Usually markets don't leave this kind. This is a nuance here. This is an aberration here. Um, the market. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this could be an entry here. The market coming back to take this low, this freaky period out. That could be an entry. A long, right? A long. I'm talking about not about short. Something like this happens here and one of these days before the break, and the market, when market was going to the downside, and this day, was this day? I don't remember which one of these ones. This was very clear on my mind because the market did not correct it. That there was only two ticks here. That's not good. Huh? This could be an entry, maybe here. You know, but see where your entry is. That's why it's very hard to trade with futures, because if this market breaks, it can come back can come back all the way down to this level, right? All the way to halfback. So the next time, how do I enter here? That's the question. What do I do? Where's my stop? As the closest to this one, it may be the best, or maybe when the market is coming back and check this level again, that could be my entry here. Comes back up, comes recheck, keeps going higher. Comes out, it didn't come back. It just get too close. This could be an entry here. Now now it's so close to POC. So close to POC. I'm not saying that. I mean, if I want to be long, right? I'm not saying this is how you do it, because everything has to be seen in context. Tomorrow we can have the same formation, the same distances everywhere, but the context is different. The context every single day is different. Notice how it checks this low. Oh, okay. If I was long, I would have been out now, for example, right? But maybe out would be as soon as the market take this low out, no, you're out. No, the long, I mean. And notice how far this is. So this is 3 points here. 1, 2, 3. This is 3 points here. And what's the trade? What is the trade here? What is your potential destination? That's another thing you got to ask. Where this market is going to. And one thing that I thought is, if there's going to be problems, It is going to be the 4200, this level here. You know, the why? Just because it's 42, just because it's a round number, just because of that. You know? So the long here for me was very risky as well. So when I saw this, okay, I realized about my mess up here. I'm not going to chase this market here. Notice the distance has traveled as in less than three periods. Really good amount. This market could be very well long here. Now all of these shorts here are being squeezed to the upside. That's what provides the fuel of this movement. What is the next reference? I was checking some 40-20 calls here, this area, and all of that because of this non-excess high here and an overnight high, a market high made in the overnight, somewhere in this area. But how close was I to place my trade? I a little bit less than zero. I'm not. The long was very, very, very risky here. So oh, I'm just going to go out. I'm going to leave this market alone and do another things. Right? Um, but what I wanted to show here was the short covering. In the same way how the day previous we have the overnight, we have an overnight that was way up here after Nvidia, and it was super long, super long. It was a liquidation that closed the gap. This day, the same kind of action was the opposite. You have a lot of shorts now. Why the market is shorting? You can see the traders. Oh, okay, yesterday the market break hard. Now it's going to do the same. Let's short again. I'm going to upfront. Now I'm not going to miss the trade now. The market is to the downside. Yesterday went to the downside for 40 points. Now it's going to be to the downside also. Well, it's right at the opening. And guess what? Everything has to be seen in context. And this is what I wanted to show. What is happening here is short cover. More likely, at this moment in time, I thought, more likely we're going to have sideways trading here. That's what I thought. The opportunity just has. I mean, the trade was the short squeeze here. Shorts were squeezed. Just that. Now I'm going to go full speed here. Notice this low here. Now the trend to the upside has ended here. And once you have this thing here, you know the upside movement has ended here. Very early in the morning, very early in the morning, increasing the odds of rotation here. But where is this low coming from? 4200. I was okay. This is going to be a sideways trading here. Maybe this is going to be just short covering here. They also being short covering very high here, meaning that the market can just keep trading sideways here. Okay, inside bar here. I have zero plans to do anything here at this moment. Okay, this is full speed here. This is full speed. Almost 90 times faster. High, the trend that was starting here. No, not the trend. It was just an inside bar. Where this inside bar is breaking to? Very wide. I won't call this inside bar because it's almost the size of the, but it's still inside, right? Break out to the outside. Go with break. Go with the break to the inside bar. Preferable in the direction of the break. And the normal, quote unquote, normal circumstances. But notice where the base is this half back here. Now you have stops here, stops here, stops here. Now, did you see what happened here? 1, 2, 3 highs. Very low odds in the market, or high odds market is going to take that high out. When you're still expecting a break here, when you're still shorting the market, shorting is the last thing you want to be in this kind of markets. I'm not saying that I'm going to be long, because long also, I'd rather just leave this market alone. What is the direction of the break, the inside bar or the outside? Why the market buying? Because here, no, craziness here. Another time. This is the second time. Is you got one, two. Market two periods going to the upside. And now the 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 upside action ended here as well. Now another low here. God, total craziness here. This is this is when one important thing that we need to learn is when to leave the market alone. You know, being present in this market was just pure craziness. High, or they also were really high that um, you know where we were going to be whipsawed by the market. Really not good. Low auto success here. Very low. A success here. Notice where even the day is about to end, where this market is buying from, was buying from half back here. The market is having some upside extension, so not just short covering here. There's something else, a little bit more. But looking at the volume at this moment in time, also when I was looking at this volume going lower, lower every time, no, this is something I don't want to be part of. Okay, I just don't want to be. Market going to the upside. Look at these lows here. K and M. Yep, almost the same level. That's not a good. This is just a sign of who is in the market. K and M. Who is in this market? And after that, we have this um, Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. This gigantic gap, this gigantic gap in the opening, or at the opening, and also something that caught my attention here is at the closing, the huge volume as well. Did I have it here? Okay, have it here. Notice that. Look at the high volume here. Really high volume here. This is between 4:30 and 5 p.m. Look at the tremendous amount of trades here. These are trades that are 50 each, and these are trades that are 150, at least 150. This could be anything. This includes the run-off period, but this is there's interest here in keeping the market higher. And who is going to buy this amount of trading here, or contracts? 3,000. This can be maybe selling. If you bought somewhere down here, you can be selling here. But if it is selling, the market would have been going lower, not going higher. That's kind of some things that you start to see when you see this kind of stuff. That was it. Now, for the opening for tomorrow, yesterday, this gigantic market opened way up here. And there's a big order here, like 700 contracts in here. The market open here, come down here, tries to go back, and boom, it's met with a big order here, like let's say 800, 1,000 contracts in here. And then just the shape, but look at the shape of this thing. Right? Opens way up here, and this is just looks like a long liquidation. Right? The shape. Oh boy, I have close. Use it's the same shape as the overnight of this day. This one, the overnight here. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull that one out. Okay, this week, right? Kind of like a similar, right? with the big accumulation at the bottom side here. Now you have the same, right? Accumulation at the lower side, but this is long liquidation. You know, these are loans being liquidated here, being forced to liquidate. It's way, way, way different than this. I'm not saying what's going to happen, but it's way different here. So, you know, long liquidation actually strengthens the market. Now, we have this overnight high, the market high made in the overnight. We have another overnight high here. I know, let's catch my attention also that it was sort of it is too far to be of relevance. But this is an overnight high here. It's a market high. If I was carrying, if before I was carrying this reference, now this I want to go to this one even more. This one has even more relevance than this one here. Now there is a lot of longs here. Okay, and all loans that bought the market may have bought the market here or whatever. Uh, what is going to happen with them, with those ones? Yeah. The market actually closed the gap from the overnight. There's a lot, remember, there's a lot of inventory here. This one, around what level? 41.20. Where is the 41.20? Ooh, right here, about the high, right? Kind of like in this area, rather than this. I'm going to put this in the center. Where the market has been bought here, right there. Where this day, another holiday, which is what is this? This is the electronic market today. Market is going to open soon in 15 minutes, 15 more minutes. This is a pre-market, you know, the overnight as well. What's going to? I have no interest in doing anything here. I remember I'm carrying this day. Now this is short covering. What short covering does? In the same way as long liquidation strengthens the market, short covering weakens the market. So, but which one is more relevant? Which one is more important? This long liquidation that strengthens the market or this short covering that weakens the market? Can you see how opposite those two things are? I can argue here the market is going to go to the outside because the strength of the long liquidation, long liquidation removing the weak longs. Well, I can say the market is going to break because we have this Friday that was crazy, just short covering. There's a vacuum here in this area. There's a vacuum here that the market might be pulled to the downside. And all of these longs now, all of these longs, how much do you have? You don't have much. Very low volume here. But all of these longs can fuel the break here. Plus, whoever was buying here, the market can be carried a long distance to the downside. What do you have here? What do you have here in this market? What do you have between this low and this area here? You don't have nothing. It's empty. There is nothing there. There's a vacuum there. But as I say, again, I have this bias. I can have this bias. But remember, try to be as neutral as possible. I know I say I started to stop watching Jim's updates, weekend updates, because I wanted to do my own. And I'm watching his after the week is over. I did that on Friday or yesterday with his previous last week update. Um, I feel good. I feel good because I was having these things on mind, how this craziness of the AI is, right? What about the market ceiling talks? And I kind of the same points, the same observation that he makes. I was doing the same. So that felt good. Okay, but there's always a but. I did. I have a really great interest on what he has to say for this week, and I did watch his market update for the week because this kind of debt ceiling talks doesn't happen that often. This is the first time it's happening during this presidency. Well, after 3 years, right? Actually, maybe after 7 years, right? Because the last time it happened happens during President Obama, and when the Republicans had control of both chambers. It has been a while, so I thought it was of interest for me to at least watch what's going to happen, what he has to say. Um, I'm glad I did that. Glad I did that because he showed something there about. I guess what I can do. I can pull that one out. Let me take this one. Let me take it out. I will pull that one out. Where are you, Jim? Now something really interesting because what experience gives to you. You know, being present in the market for 50 years is something here. And this is it. You know, the bubble, right? This is the dot-com bubble that happened 20, 30 years ago, something like that. And the same, I didn't live that, I didn't experience that, but he's mentioning that. He's mentioning that and comparing that kind of frenzy that happened during those years to what is happening now because AI. This chat GPT, all these things, the world is going to change, we are going to be different, whatever. This time is different. Uh, and also something very important that I has mentioned, that I consider has mentioned, that he has mentioned is there is I don't have the connections that he has, but he has a lot of friends on the industry, because of the level of management he did when he was in the business, in the corporate business. He was mentioning that that these managers, these hedge fund managers that are waiting, for a break. The market breaks 15%. What is 15% here? The market, let's see, the market is 4,200. That's 600 points. That's a lot. Can the market break? I think so. The market can break. I'm telling you, the market is super big, all the way down to the 3,900. So right there is only just better 300 points, right? And double that could take this one, this one, this one, and maybe this one. That's it. Then you have your 500, 600 points coming down here. It doesn't have to take even this low. And something that catches my attention here is when he says, that's what the big money is waiting. Or at least the big managers of these corporations, right? These hedge trade funds are waiting to buy. And something that he says is, boy, if everything was that easy. So the same expectation or the same struggles that we have are the same thing that everybody else has as well. You just are biased. The market is going to break, and when it breaks, I'm going to buy. I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to buy two or three futures or two or three stocks. I'm going to buy in the thousands, millions, billions, even trillions. It can be bad money coming in the market now. But boy, if everything was that easy, huh? If everything was that easy, this would be Wonderland. It's not even for them. Right? Now, what do we have for the week, for the week that is coming? check this episode. I found it was extremely useful. It was very nice. I'm glad answer. What do we have for the current week? Regarding earnings, we have CrowdStrike, CMD, CMR, um, maybe Lululemon. Again, consumer side here. Not much. I guess the earnings are winding down here. There's not too much to see now. And what about what about scheduled events? Thomas Barkins, Susan Collins. Ah ha ha. There's something here. Let's take a screenshot of this. I do this everybody. I put this on my okay. Friends, you have a lot of speakers. I got one, two, three, four, five. Guys, there's a bunch of speakers. You know, not as much as of previous weeks, but see, there's a lot of speakers coming to the market all the time. The beige book at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. No farm payroll on Friday. Consumer confidence, this could be something as well. Pay attention to this thing. This can move the market. You never know. Or this is the weekly. This is the weekly. More important is the monthly. I mean, for the market, right? This could be something also to check. But A15, this could be some kind of whip, so I don't know. PMI, ISM. Huh. It also has something here. Something else that Jim mentions here on on his update is the pain trade. I, I, did, I, did, I didn't know about that actually, what the pain trade was. Um, and the pain trade, you know, that the market goes in a direction where can infringe the most pain, the most pain in the market. Oh, a non-farm payroll, non-farm payroll. This is the Fed is trying to calm the markets here. Something else. What else? Oh, earnings. Earnings were like you. But just to nothing relevant actually on earnings. Earnings session is really down now. Earnings session is winding down. Okay, not much. Okay, so I myself will try to be or remain as neutral as possible. There's a lot of people out there. You can hear talk on the street that a lot of people is waiting for a big market reversal here. Market is going to the upside. There's this compressing to the upside. The market is going to have a huge break. Everybody is expecting that. Everybody's waiting that. I guess I hear that from the whole year. I guess I'm hearing that. The market, get rid of biases. That's what I can. The most important piece of advice that I have received before is just get rid of biases. Get rid of biases. So try to use market generated information to trade. This is what matters. These are the orders coming into the market. You know, you can see here. This is what matters. Orders coming in, nothing else. And even now, the next thing you can see this long liquidation. Oh, the market. What time is it? Oh, it's 6 p.m. It's a long liquidation. What the market tried to do the next. This is the electronic market yesterday. I mean today. Today is holiday. It's Memorial Day. It's a holiday. It's a market holiday. What this market is trying to do here? Trying to take care of the shorts here. Shorts here, and now what's this? Short covering, kind of like a little short covering. What to pay attention if the market is going to close this small gap here. Overall, I will wait until how this overnight develops here. There is long liquidation here. Is this going to be short covering? Who knows? Nobody knows that. You know. But I will wait until the opening. Okay, I hope that was what I wanted to show. The main thing I wanted to show was how short covering looks like and when how we can see things, how different things look after we put everything in context. Context is really important. Really important is context. Context can change the meaning of the things that we are observing here. From this day also, notice that it happened overnight. There was a lot of short inventory here. Shorts here, weak shorts here, and shorts way down here, trapped here. Shorts trapped here. Okay, the next week, not this week, but the next week, the week that starts on June 5th, I'm going to be making only market updates in the evening, kind of like the ones I'm doing now with a quick replay and trying to find sense on these um, irrational markets. Not trying to explain what happened during the day and where the opportunities were. It was hard for me to take advantage of the opportunity when they happen right at the opening. Usually, the openings are really hard to trade. The odds that something good comes out of trading the openings are not are very low. In futures, I'm not talking about stocks. I'm talking about futures. Right? So I tend to leave the opening, tend to leave the market alone, maybe for 2 or 3 periods until I can see something. But sometimes you can see something there. It had happened not yesterday. It happened on Friday. It happened on Friday when the market just started the counteraction to the overlying inventory right after the opening, and Thursday as well when the market opened. When this market opened way up here and closed the gap. It closed the gap. The inventory was just too long here from the Nvidia. This was the Nvidia trade, and this was right. This was an opportunity. The same thing that happened on Friday at the opening. to the upside. The same thing happened on Thursday at the opening to the downside. You know, can you see how things get really in the middle of all this craziness? There is some sense. You know? You can find you know you can see how sometimes predictable are these unpredictable markets. Um, I guess predictable is not the word. Yeah, predictable, unpredictable. Uh, how predictable are these these unpredictable markets? Okay, I wish you good. I will try. I will. If I see something in the morning, I will try to make. I will try to come online and do something. Um, but I am trying to be present, more present in the market now, because the stream is taking away my focus from the market. But yeah, as I say, we never know what's going to happen. All right, guys. I wish you good luck. Um, success in the coming week. Hey, Luis Fernando, how are you, my friend? ¿Cómo estás? Acabo de ver tu mensaje, lo siento, estoy atrasado como 20 minutos en contestarte. Oh, boy, sorry. Sorry. Are you there? ¿Estás ahí? Well, I guess you're not. All right, Luis Fernando, take care, my friend. Wish you good luck and success in this business. Oh, oh, ahí estás todavía. Sí, hombre. Oye, gracias, viejo. Gracias. ¿Qué haciendo? En Colombia tenemos, ¿qué hora es en Colombia? ¿Son las 6 de la tarde en Colombia también? Acá estamos, sí, debes estar a la misma hora que tienen la hora del este ahí, ¿no? La hora del este de Estados Unidos, me refiero. Acá son las 6:30, una cosa así. ¿Qué tal te fue el día de hoy? Aproveché el día de hoy, la verdad, estaba súper cansado. Ya tenía un par de meses que tenía que, yo creo que más de un par de meses que tenía que no duermo lo que debía, no descanso lo que debía descansar. Am, no es que tenga una cantidad de horas que deba dormir, sino que uno se siente cansado y el enfoque, el foco se pierde rápidamente cuando uno está cansado, ¿no? Debería ser capaz de estar despierto, por lo menos, ¿no? Durante las horas de trabajo. Pero pasa que a veces cuando está muy cansado, cuando no hay nada, te quedas dormido o te distraes fácilmente. Y realmente necesitaba este día. El día de ayer, el día de hoy, básicamente es todo descansar, ¿no? Ya estoy un poco cocho, un poco viejo y me levanto más temprano. Antes podía dormir, cuando no tenía nada, me, me dormía hasta bien tarde, pero ahora me levanto más, o sea, quisiera dormir más, pero ya no puedo. Ya, yo creo que es parte de volverse viejo. Wow, look at this. esta acción, this downside, this long liquidation strengthens the market to the upside. Remember, this is just weak trading here. Uh, overnight, overnight, overnight. Esto no pasa seguido. ¿Eh? En los feriados, pues observa esto, ¿no? Tienes este run-off viernes, alto volumen aquí, un feriado, en este caso domingo, tienes lunes aquí, otro feriado, y tienes el inventario o el overnight del día, este es el overnight del martes, ya, el martes, o sea, de mañana, del día de mañana. Estaba haciendo un review, un replay de lo que pasó. Ya sé, quería hacerlo hace varios días ya. Es muy interesante este día, lo que pasó el día de hoy, lo que pasó este día también este día es espectacular. Y lo que pasó este día también. No sé si traté de hacer un replay aquí, pero estaban los chicos, tenía la grabación de los chicos que la escuela que la acabó, la familia, un montón de cosas ahí que se cruzaron en el camino y fue bien difícil aquí. Oh, I think I'm going to do something here, now that I have time here. In the same way as you have seen short covering on Friday, we got long liquidation. We got long liquidation on on Thursday. Let me show you. I guess I can replay. Now that I have time, I'm going to replay that. I'm going to do a replay here as well. Let's open a replay. But this time it's going to be Thursday. Okay, this is Thursday. What is Thursday? Replay, new replay. Thursday. Start time 9:25. Create. Let's look together what long liquidation looks like. Okay. On Thursday, we have Nvidia taking the market, to the moon, basically. Ooh, gigantic, gigantic rally here. A big gap here. This is the overnight. No, this is the previous day. Come on. This is the previous day high. Overnight hard back here. Previous day hard back. POC. And settle somewhere around. Let's look. Where is settle? Where was settle for Wednesday? Settle 41.26. 41.26. 41.26 right here. Settle. Last 41.50. 75. 41.50. 75. Look the distance between settle and last. That was I have never seen something like this. And let's check how the market opens here. Yeah. All right, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, one is 29. This is very important. At this moment in time, you know that the shorts here from the previous day, all of the shorts here are trapped here. They are way underwater here, way underwater here. If you have not covered with your current positions from one day to another, you are screwed basically here. Now, what is the first thing a short that is underwater is going to do? It's going to buy, right? To cover, just to cover. But let's see. This is all overnight inventory is 100% long. Look at what shadow is down here. All of this inventory is long overnight. Previous day, regular trading hours is short. It's very short, and actually with some short coding process. Now, let's see how the market opens. I want to show you just long liquidation here. Hold. Market, yeah, market is open. Market is open here. Market is open here. Notice this. And this is what I miss when I do the streams. Right? I'm watching this, but this is what I miss. Notice when it opens, and it happens so fast. It make no attempt whatsoever to go in the direction of the overnight session. Keeps start selling right away. You can go short here once you stop this level here. As soon as the market comes two ticks, maybe one tick or maybe one tick lower or higher, one or two ticks higher from the opening, that's an out. That's an out. Once you trade, the closing the gap. Anything below the gap in the market, if the gap is closed, is extra. But nobody look. This is a real time. Okay? This is real time. One. This is real time. How fast? How fast is market breaking here? All of the loans from the overnight. And now, can you imagine these shorts here? What do I do? What do I do? Do I keep my short? I am way underwater, right? I am way underwater. Oh, the market's coming to me. The market's coming to my rescue. The market's going to come. They start to buy here. These shorts start to buy to cover. I'm losing 10, 20 points. Now I don't. I'm just 10 maybe. Right? But look at the speed of this market. Look at how fast the market is going to the downside here. Now the market has to last. What's the next reference in the lower side? Overnight hard back, gap closed, and overnight POC. The lower it goes, the risk here, the higher the risk of the short. Because the trade could be just shorting closing the gap. Now, one trade that many traders look for is failing to close the gap. When this market fails to close the gap, and that's why I say the trade is closing the gap, because the trade is, let's see, or not trade is, the market fails to close the gap and stops right here. But this is a gigantic. This is very short now. The market is very short now. But if it fails to close the gap, there are good odds that the market is going to rally. It's going to have a steep rally, a big rally to the upside. Notice how the pace has slowed now. It was really fast here. Come on. Where is it stopping this market? Where is it stop? When is the market stopping? This could be an entry for a short, but where is my exit going to be? And where my stop is going to be? Last, this low, back, opening. Can you see it becoming, the lower it goes, the riskier it becomes. It was easier down here, up here, because you stop, just as real estate, no? Everything is about location. Everything is a good location. This is location, good location here. How do you know if the market, if your short is wrong? If the market comes back up here, you're out. The trade didn't work, and that's it. Right? This could be the end of the trade here. Maybe okay, coming or stopping at halfback. That's not good. That's not good. Let's speed this up a little bit. The market is actually too short now at this moment in time. Good also market is going to take halfback here. Where the market is coming is how far it rallies. This is 10 times faster. Do you notice? Took last. It took last. Stop at the POC. This one is history. This one is history. What's the next reference in the lower side here? No? What is the next reference here? Zero and POC. Halfback. Can the market come back to halfback? This would be monitoring for continuation. If the market comes back and takes this low again, now first this is when the market when the trade is over. The markets come, this is when you start to trim, we start to hedge, to do something here. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't overstay your welcome. Notice how far the market is retracing here. From here all the way up to halfback, that's just too much. That's trade. That's if you're short here, now why would you like to be short here with markets going higher? Market value is here. For this market to come or to build, you know, just being just overlapping or upside, the market has to have a big break to the downside. The market is breaking, okay, but it's not having downside continuation. Okay? It just stopped here. Now it's struggling. The speed, I am 10 times faster now, or 14 times faster. The speed the market is doing this thing now is the same speed that the market did in real time up here. I'm going to be 30 times faster now. Can this market take this low out? Is this excess? Do we have excess here? Can the market take this low? Do we have excess in the low in the upper side? Which one? Which one it is? Don't know. Now downside count. Oh, this low is no good here. This low is no good. Good also. This low is going to be repaired before the market does anything. Okay. Now, gold also market is going to come to check this one out. Okay. Now it's a taper. Notice how volume dries here. Let's check. 2 periods, the market going to the downside. This could be just counter-action to the all long inventory. If this is something serious, so the market will keep going lower here. And for a second distribution, maybe in the lower side. Selling from halfback, not a good sign. This is when problems can start for shorts. If the market doesn't take this low out, ooh, selling from notice, just notice that where this high is. Exactly this last. There are good also market. This market is very short at this moment in time. Repairing this one, put the market too close to this, and good also going high. At least to take this one. Now we have a real possibility that this is excess here in the lower side. We still have good amount of excess in the upper side as well. We got excess in the upper side, we got excess in the lower side. Look at when the market is being bought now. Last. It just tells us who's doing the trade here. What kind of traders are here? Nobody short-term trades. We still have excess in the upper side. Can this market take this high out? Can the market is too close already? And now the market is not going to the lower side anymore. You have an option to the upside now. Option to the downside has ended when C takes B high, very early in the morning. So good also we're going to have a rotational market here. Good also this is going to be a rotational market. Just because the trend to the downside ends really early in the morning. Really early in the morning. The main thing I wanted to show is how long liquidation looks like. This what happened here. You know, all the conditions were there. Gap, tremendous amount of longs here on the upper side after Nvidia reporting. Notice how E doesn't come inside the X's here. I am just noticing that. This could be a long here. And you are, this is a counter trend, right? Because the market is going to the downside. This is a rotational market going to the downside. At this moment in time, you should be very aware that there is a good odds that this is going to be a rotational market. This market is going to have or may have good odds that going higher, going lower, higher, lower. And I was looking actually to the downside at this moment in time, just because the gap was closed. It was just closed so fast. But when C takes B high, that's when that thinking just goes out of the window and is replaced with another one. No? Which one? The one that says we can have a good rotational market. No? Okay, going to the outside. You have excess here. Is this F going to come up here? If this is a rotational market, if you have identified the market as a rotational, you got excess down here, excess up here. You start trading here. You can. We can. And this market didn't take this high. If you go short here, what's the exit? As soon as the market gets too close to the high, that's an out. This comes inside, X didn't touch the axis here. Notice how the high is going here. Coming from exactly hard back. This is not a good long. I wouldn't be long here. I would not have been long here at this moment for anything. It's just not there. And the trade might actually could be to the downside here. Just to repair this. This low has been repaired now. The market was going to the upside. Now, this H period taking the low out increases the odds of another rotation. How many times the trend has been terminated in both sides? 1, 2, 3, 4 times now. Gosh, this has been taken excess. No more excess here. I mean, this excess has been taken. Next reference in the upper side, if there is any, is this one. First overnight high, and then closing the distributions here. Getting too close to this one is just a sign of who is doing the trade. Oh, look at that, man. Look at that. Yeah. Took overnight high, close the distributions. Where is stopping here? Right, hard back. This high is not good, right? It doesn't mean it's going to be repaired the same day. All right, it's just one piece of information, and notice where this is coming from. Exactly hardback. Hardback here now again has been repaired. This one has been repaired. This one has been repaired. The only one that remains is this one. The formation of the 45, I still haven't. I didn't see it here so far. I didn't see I did not I have not seen the mini 45 here. There's a one moment when okay. You can see here now, starting to see, right, how this the market or traders keep selling, but every time the market just cannot go lower here. But notice where POC is, the file place at which business we conduct is way down here. This made me think. This made me think that the market could be getting too long here. But no, what kind of longs here? Can you see where the market is being bought here? What's being bought here? And now M, what M does? Did you see what M did here? I was just talking about how the bulk of the trade was down here. This POC was down here. But M, which is a break actually, so market going to the downside. What M does is M move POC higher, which is an indication where the market is going. Most of the trades happen in here, in this area, in the upper side, not in the lower side, but in. Okay, just a second. Man, kids just, I'm sorry, I apologize. Kids don't understand, man. I'm just told. I just keep telling my kids, to leave me alone. But kids are kids. You cannot, you cannot be upset with a kid because they do kid stuff. I was a kid once as well. Uh, I thought I was a good kid. Someone that is not did not annoy the, the, the parents. But boy, I was wrong. My father and my mother told me when I talked to my father and my sisters, they told me I was freaking annoying. What happened is I just forgot. I just forgot. I was how annoying I was. All right. All right. This is what I want to show you. How short covering, my bad, how long liquidation looks like. The way how this market starts there. You know? But it's very, very deceiving, right? That was just everything that happened here in this period, A period, nothing else. After that, I didn't see anything else. Right? After that, did not see anything else on this market. Just A. That was the trade. Only one opportunity here, and that the market set itself for that break after the short covering and the extremely rally that happened in the evening after Nvidia. Can you see the context? How the things when you start putting things in context, you really can you can have no, I'm not going to say success, but the odds of success increases. We have better odds. We can have um, better odds of doing something when we understand or when we put things in context. Okay, all right, guys, that was it for today. I wish this is helpful. I hope it helps anybody out there. Um, Unless there's any questions, if you have any, I'm willing to talk to you or listen to you. And if not, I wish you a very good, productive week. All right. See you guys. Bye bye. No problema, amigo. Stay safe. Happy trading and success for you. Oh, something else here. Something else before I go. I have talked about biases, right? Everybody is expecting a break. Okay, the market is going higher, right? The market is going higher. The direction is the market is going to the upside. It is extremely weak. We have Friday there was short covering, and there could be some violent swings. Um, but don't think just because the market is high, it's going to break. Now the upside looks even more interesting because of this high here. We have a previous high. If the market opens up here, this level will go out of the window. This level as well, but still there will be some shorts here in this area. Right? This poor high is not corrected until the market trades above that level during regular trading hours. Okay? The red thing, not the blue. It has to be in the red. And also, it's very rare the market leaves these highs unchecked before any significant movement to the downside. Okay? All right, now I go. Stay safe, my friends. Bye bye, this is Fernando. Stay safe, boy. Saludos.